Hey, everybody. I still haven't figured it out,
Hey,
Diane. It is. Oh, my God. Hey, everybody. How y'all
hey,
doing? Happy
Hey, hey,
Wednesday.
hey.
it's
Happy
Wednesday.
Wednesday. It is us. It's me and Diane. Ty still is not back with us yet, but guess what? We have a very special guest co-host tonight. We're going to talk about him a little bit, but I'm going to allow him to talk a little bit about himself. And then we're going to go into chick chat. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. But if you are on live with us tonight, go ahead and say, hey, y'all, what's up? Happy Wednesday. However you want to greet us. And do not forget to share us with everybody else, because don't keep us to yourself. So anyway, before we get started, I want to just say welcome first to our guest co-host, Joshua Reed. He has a special heart, a special place in my heart because yes, if y'all didn't recognize it, we do have the same last name, and this is one of my sons. So Joshua, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
So I'm Joshua Reed. Of course, I mean, a lot of people know I own a juice bar in St. Louis. I'm trying to transition that into a mobile trailer now. And I also have a podcast, which is pretty dope. And it's, thanks, which is pretty dope. And everybody I'm getting a lot of followers. It's called Underrated, Underappreciated, where I interview sports players that are retired and sports players that play overseas. So that's just a little bit about me.
All right, thanks, Shots. Now, Diane, it's you and
What's
me. We
up?
back on here. How are you feeling this week? What's going on with you?
Always good. Thank God. Always good. Even if it's bad, I'm always good. I'm
Oh,
gonna find something to. I'm gonna find something to be good.
I
I'm
know
good.
that's right. I'm bring the light, Diane. Bring it with you. All right, guess what, y'all? It is time for us to get into this show. Are you ready for some real talk, some good music with us? I can't even say it, Diane. I can't say dope women because we have a gentleman with us tonight. So with us, dope women and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's
There
get
you
it done.
go. Because I love that. I love that. Dope women and gentlemen. Um, I was thinking when you was talking about your juice bar, I had an idea and I never acted on it because COVID came. A lot of things happened. But I wanted when you were saying you transitioning from like a mobile trailer into like I wanted to do a cart, and my cart was going to have salad on it,
mhm.
and it was going to be salad and things. So you know
Yes.
how you go and get an icy
Hmm.
and it's in a cone. Well, that's how the salad would be. And then you could choose the toppings that you wanted on there. I still might do it. I think that's still something really good, especially in the city. People like to walk down the street and eat their food sometime. When you're hanging out, you got a little salad, people wanting to be healthy. So yeah, salad and things. I kind of thought about that right there.
So look, I'll tell
Yeah,
you something. Um,
tell me.
the first thing about it is I like the idea. The second thing is if you don't do it, I'm going to do it because I do think it's a great idea because it's it's so hard for people to be able to walk and eat a salad, but you want to have something on your palate that's real light, right? And I think just that whole idea of it being in the cone, I would buy something like that. My only thing is now when you put the dressing on, how would that mess up the cone? Like what would the cone be made out of?
So the cone wouldn't be made out of the paper. It would be something like that, but maybe a little more sturdy. So they have that recycle
I know what you're talking
buckets.
about.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes you get right, but that would be the cone. And when you get in your salad, I can put it on and you could put it on, but it'll be on the top,
Yeah.
just a little drizzle, because you don't need too much.
Yeah.
You don't need to drown your salad, but it would be big enough where you could walk down the street and eat the salad. And now that we are no longer shut down and in the pandemic, people are coming out, even though people been outside, they're more comfortable. And but that was an idea of mine, and I'm going to do it. You just encouraged me, and I heard you talking about your podcast. I have a podcast coming as well, and it's called Untouched and Unbothered. I want to speak to you probably offline about that.
Okay.
um, Yeah, you said you got some followers. Could we get some of them followers for Ladies and Lyrics?
No, so I just not to take over the show. This is gonna be like I'll just say this quick. I did just speak with my mom about me chopping up y'all clips for y'all and being able to kind of, because I went to school for that, so it's pretty easy for me to do. So that is something that I do want to do for y'all. Just something for my mom, just chop up the clips for y'all and kind of make it a little make clips for y'all so y'all can put it on social media.
Thank you. No, you know what? At the end of the day, we have to remember each one teach one, right? And we need one another to be successful, right? Because we can't do this by ourselves. There's someone helping someone else, and you have a tool that could help us. We here for it. Come on through. We need you. We need you. I'm coming. Come
Do
on.
y'all, I think one of y'all said this is like, do you think people are really more health conscious now than they were in the past? And do you think, and then there's this argument about things that are healthy for you is more expensive. So it's even more expensive to be healthy than it is to eat like the junk food. What do y'all feel about that?
This is what you want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
That was kind of a loaded question as well. So the first question was what, Ma?
It was about, is it more expensive? What is that?
No. The first question I think you said was, are people healthier now?
Yeah, are people more health conscious now?
I'm gonna tell you what's crazy. Social media will make you think that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so, and I think what's real health, I think that's being lost in all of this, in all of the gimmicks. People found something that they could put a price tag on, and people gonna pay more because they think they listen, y'all. People are so crazy, like they're crazy. People will go and get these ginger shots or whatever it is, and this is stuff that we can grow at our house. This is stuff that we can juice at our house. But they understand how to drive the price up of this stuff and make you come back, but you still gonna shove that McDonald's down and take a ginger shot and think it does not work like that. But I think these people just have been able to capitalize off the thought of people thinking they're healthy. I think people were healthier back in the day because people were growing stuff. People cared about their food. If I was the doctor of the town, or I was the teacher, and this person was the farmer, it was like a fair trade. And we know how this is being grown. We know this. It's so crazy now that we don't know where none of this stuff coming from. Even the stuff that's so healthy, or we don't know where none of this stuff coming from. So if you really want to be a person that's serious about your health, start growing stuff. And it's easier to say, right, than do, because I've grown stuff, but right now there's no reason why I'm not growing something in my backyard right now. You know what I mean? It's like we just need to just take that one step. People always think it's multiple steps that you got to take. No, just take that one step. Take that giant leap for mankind, right? Take that giant leap for mankind. Just take that giant leap for yourself. That's all it is, man.
Absolutely.
He said, I had a ginger shot earlier so I can have a McDonald's meal because they cancel each other out.
Yeah, I know,
Right.
right?
And people think like that. It's
Absolutely.
go ahead,
I
Diane.
don't think they're more healthy either. I don't. I think that when we were shut down, especially when we were shut down, we were snacking, and they talked about this. I heard it on the news, how people snack more. Of course, they gain weight, but they continue snacking. So they still doing it. It has become a habit. Um, I was one of those persons. I was a snack, and it's so funny when we shut down. I was like, in my mind, I was like, I gotta have this. I can't go out. I gotta have this. And me and Kareem had all of these snacks, and you came, you saw all this unhealthy food. But I think that I like when you talked about growing your own food. But when you say backyard, people that live in an apartment, their excuse is going to be, I can't do it because I live in an apartment. But they don't know that people are growing vegetables and fruit every day in their living room and on their fire escape. I just think that we need to flip the switch, and we need to build communities because people want to feel supported. They want to know that there's someone out there cheering for them when they fall, or when they brought a plant and it's supposed to have tomatoes and they might only get two, but they want someone to cheer them on, to let them know that they are being successful. So I think we need to build more community and show what help being healthy looks like. Because some people feel like you got to be so skinny, or
Yeah.
if you're big, you're not
That
healthy.
doesn't mean you're healthy, though. Skinny does not mean
Absolutely.
you're
So,
healthy.
right. So we need to change the narrative, but we need to build community so we can show, because it's all about learning, teaching and learning. What does, like I said, healthy looks like for each person is different. So we
Mhm.
got to be more educated, I believe, to arrive there and stop, like you said, getting caught up with these gimmicks, and make small changes. So look at your mom. I'm just saying, she's a perfect example
Yeah.
of what healthy is. I've seen your transition over the years and you look amazing.
Thank you.
So it could be done. You're an example of, I
Mhm.
need to follow your footsteps.
Well, you have to think about, well, there's two thoughts I had. The first one is I want to recognize Joshua because you said some people are growing things in their apartment. When Joshua had his garden, he lived in an apartment and it
See?
was on his back porch
That's
and
what
he
I
See?
was
was gonna
on his
say.
back porch.
I was crate gardening.
It was in a
Yeah.
crate.
Yeah.
So
And
Yeah. Because
a guy from Iowa who's a farmer, he taught me that. I didn't even know that that was a method of gardening, and he taught me all of these different things. So we could come with all these gimmicks and all this stuff that I can't do it and I can't, bro. Ain't the movie that one of the movies that Black culture loved the most is Love and Basketball, and the dude said Kate ain't in a man's dictionary, and
mm,
that was one of the lines that stuck with me till I was an adult. I was like, you're right. Why am I saying I can't do something when if I'm physically able, if I'm mentally able, if I'm spiritually, I'm going to get that. Look, with that podcast, ain't no way you can't tell me it ain't gonna work because I'm behind it. Like, there's no way.
I like that. Absolutely. Yeah, we just, like you said when you said that a farmer taught you. That's what I mean, building communities where people can have a safe place to go and a safe place to share, because behind unhealthiness is a story,
Sure.
because a lot of it, this is how I grew up. My mother always said, we've been eating pork chops every Wednesday and Saturday too, and ain't nothing never happened to me. We have
exactly.
all of these stories in our head to say that it's okay. So we got to unlearn that behavior. And I just think that we have to build communities. I really believe in it,
So I'm I'm
yeah.
I'm singing his praises tonight, but I'm like I recognize all the things Joshua is doing. We had a conversation last week about his after school program and the
Mm,
conversations that his students are having with him about the benefits of fruits and vegetables.
mm.
When you talk about building community, he's educating our students
That's the
with facts
thing.
about
Yeah.
things that I don't even know and you don't even know. But these kids can go home and tell their parents. Joshua, what was some stuff you was telling me they were saying to you? I was like, I am
Just
so proud. I'm a proud mom.
even stuff like so I'm sorry for cutting you off, mom, but even stuff like just fruits, the difference between fruits and vegetables, and how we would look at something like an avocado and think that it's a vegetable because it's green in the inside. It's like it's so many different things. It's so many flaws that that plague our community. Diane, you made a point earlier, and I don't know why this stuff hit me so hard right now. You made a point earlier. The guy that I'm telling you about, Dylan, he lives like that. He literally, this is a white guy. Listen to me. His backyard, I was on the phone with my mom when this was happening. His backyard, 10 little black kids back there, all of these people, and it's just a community, and they cooking for everybody. Hey, man, hey, grab some of that mint out the garden. And I've never seen anything like this, Diane. Like when I tell people about this man, and I could tell y'all see how like
Passionate you are.
how
Yeah.
how
And
much I feel for this guy. Like I
yes,
watch him do stuff, even just me getting that trailer. I watch this man do stuff that black people just so selfish. This man ain't thinking. This man door is open for anybody who want to come.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I
and
just want
it's
to
crazy
say,
because we think for self, for self, for self, for self, for self. But it's
not
like
everybody,
when you
not
give,
we can't say all Black people.
for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. I
You
agree.
know, I do believe if we build community and we put it out there, I truly believe in the saying, you take one step, God take many for you. So if you start something like what you're doing with those kids, this is just the beginning. Oh my God, are you ready? You're going to need a staff because guess what they're going
Yeah.
to do? They are going to tell their friends, they're going to tell their parents because what you giving to them, they're taking that back home. And even if the parents don't get it right then, they will get it. It's going to be an overflow, but we have to be the change that we want. And there's so many unselfish Black people. We got to just call them to the table. You know what I'm saying? It's great that this guy is doing that, but we got so many Black farmers. We do. We just don't know of them. We got to be able to reach out. We got to reach out and call them to the carpet because they have the resources to change our community, especially in Chicago with when the nation was really big and really powerful. They
The
had
Nation of
their
Islam.
Yes, they had
Mhm.
their own garden. See, when you could witness that something has already happened, you know that you could do it again. So it's already evidence there. They had their own farms, they had their own supermarkets. Come on now, we could do this if we choose, but we gotta bring the community and
Well,
bring the
that's the
Man, let me say
problem.
something.
I
Man,
know
let me say
we're
something.
coming. Go ahead.
Let me say something, please. This is where we disagree, though,
It's
because
okay.
everybody can't go.
No,
Everybody
no,
ain't go.
absolutely.
So look, this is just my opinion, right? Right. These people have put these things in place, right? This social media, all of these things in place to where these kids don't care. Like,
You're
not
right.
meaning like the kids, the younger kids who I'm teaching. I mean like these teenagers, these
You're
20
right.
year olds, 30 year olds, they already gone. But that's why I find it so important to make sure I go to their school and catch those kids early because
Absolutely.
because we think that because so many numbers of people, not saying you, Diane, but it's
Right.
so many, like, these people don't care. These people are drugged out. They don't care. They don't care about what they eat. They don't care about their body because we was taught to care about the exterior more than the interior.
Absolutely.
And we still
Like,
think that though.
we
Yeah.
care about
Absolutely.
this and this tattoos and stuff more than we do our
Absolutely.
interior. But it's like you could
Absolutely.
be a foolproof man who got this, and you still taking care of yourself, right?
Absolutely.
I'm drinking fresh squeezed orange juice. Like, you still taking care of yourself. You know what I mean?
But I ain't gonna tell you what I'm drinking, but I'm just saying.
You silly. You silly.
Diane, what are you
But
drinking,
I'm sorry.
Diane?
I'm sorry, man.
You ain't
No,
got
I
let me
know. That's why
this
we
is
do this. This
this
real.
is this is what it is, and this is
That's
what I love because guess what? We would not be authentic if we agree with everything one another said. We need to
we disagree
disagree
on things.
because
Yeah.
guess what? There's people out there that's saying, that's right, Joshua, that's right. And there's people out there saying, yeah, that's right, Diane. So the thing is that we got to come. This is where we come. We agree to disagree, but guess what? We both going to be at the table and you're going to be making that juice. And I'm not giving them what I have, but I'm just saying that
But we all agree on one thing, and that is we all need to attend to our health. That's where we started.
absolutely.
Like
I
we want
came up
to
with this thing. I came up with this thing. Your problem, my problem could be 2 plus 2. Your problem could be 3 plus 1. We ain't gotta have the same problem to come to the same solution. Like, we
exactly,
both came to 4.
Absolutely.
exactly,
Come on, like,
Absolutely.
exactly.
You better talk
Yeah.
about it.
come on.
Yeah.
Look,
This
I
is
love
yeah,
Chit Chat because we get a chance to just like with some men like say chop it up. I love like we get a chance to really chop things up. But
yes.
we got to move on because we do have another segment and we actually do have a song we're going to talk about tonight, y'all. So let's talk about it. So we've been talking about theme songs this month. Oh, let me do just a little disclaimer. Last month we weren't on, and it was unavoidable because we're really trying not to miss any shows as much as possible, but it was unavoidable. So we're sorry, but we are back and we think we have a really good theme song. How many of y'all remember Different Strokes? I don't know. If you out there, just put it in the comments. I do. I know you remember what you talking about, Willis. I know y'all remember that. Arnold. So Different Strokes with Todd Bridges, and well, Todd Bridges probably shouldn't come first. It should be Gary Coleman and Todd Bridges, because Gary Coleman was really the star of that show. So Gary Coleman and Todd Bridges, right? Where they were two little black kids that were adopted by a white man, and he had a daughter, a white daughter. But the theme song, I always learn something when we do this, and I like to get a background of what I've learned. Did y'all know Alan Thicke wrote that theme song? Do you remember who Alan Thicke is? He
Yes.
used to play the dad on Growing Pains,
Yes.
Severs, the Severs. Do you remember? So anyway, he wrote over 40 theme songs, including the one
Wow.
for the Facts of Life too.
Oh,
I didn't
wow.
even know
I
that.
didn't
Yeah,
know
so
that.
he not only did he write this one, but he performed it as well. Him and his wife and another man wrote this theme song, and
Black
he was
Eyed
talking. Yeah, he was talking about how theme songs like today or before he passed away, they weren't the same as they were back then. Like they were really meaningful. You know,
Right.
it's funny he said that because I was looking at Martin and I was like, we can't. I love Martin, but we can't do that thing. It just says his name the whole time. Martin, I'm the man. Like, what can we really talk about with that? So I think he was on to something with that. Anyway, I'm gonna play a little bit of Different Strokes, and then we'll talk about the lyrics. Y'all ready for this? Okay, here we go. Let's go. Just one drum, what might be right for you may not be right for some. He's born, he's a man of means. Then along come two. They got nothing but genes.
Hey,
Different
different,
strokes, different
different
strokes,
strokes.
different strokes.
Okay. Yes.
All right. You know, Diane and I kind of went back and forth of what the next theme song was going to be. But I really like those lyrics. I really was digging it, especially with the first line really catches me. Now the world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for you may not be right for some. That's the first two lines. But that just really, it really resonates. I mean, I thought it was really cool, because I want to talk about a few things about this theme song, but I'm just gonna start with the obvious with that first one. The world don't move to the beat of just one drum. What might be right for me might not be right for you. You
Right.
know, and that is in so many different aspects. Diane and I were talking about the fact that Mother's Day just passed, right? And when you think about motherhood and the beat of just and having a different way of doing things, there
Mm.
is no guidebook for us when it comes
Nope.
to how we raise our kids. And I always like to say, not only that, even within my own family and think about my own boys, I said this to one of my boys recently. You don't give your kids the same thing. They don't all need the same thing.
I talked about that to
You
somebody.
give them what they need, and each one
Absolutely.
of them they have a different need. So when I think about that, and Diane, we were talking about mothers and Mother's Day, but that the world don't move. What might be right for me may not be right for you. The way I raise my kids may not be the way you raise yours, but did they come out to be good individual, good people? Yeah, they did. I'm gonna stop there because y'all know I like to go deeper, but I just like to give a little overview.
Yeah.
Diane, do we want our guests to go first, or do you want to go first?
No, I want our guests to go first.
Okay. So
Um,
Joshua,
the crazy thing is when you just talked about that, Diane literally just said that. She just said she was like what might be her opinion or my opinion. We got different problems, but it's coming to the same solution.
Right.
But it's crazy that we was just talking about that. But it's crazy that you definitely my mama because that first beginning is like this the best. Like I get that tatted on me. That's
yeah,
so crazy. Like that's no, because that's real. It's like we need people to be individuals again. We need people to stand out again. To just have their own thoughts again. Like everybody want to do what the next person doing or what they see the next person. It's like what really makes you happy, and whatever makes you
mhm,
happy, that's what you need to do. I told people I got this definition of a lame, right? The definition of a lame is when you doing something that you know ain't you, but you doing it for somebody else's acceptance, right? You know what I mean? Like a lame ain't just somebody who, or whatever you think it is. It's somebody who would act like somebody else, and they know that this ain't this ain't what they want to do deep down inside. So this like song so deep, man. And I never even thought about it. I just like Gary Coleman, but I never thought about the song.
Yeah, that right there is what's up. That's all true. And I was speaking to someone and was talking about motherhood, and I was saying to them, we don't, like you said, we don't come with a handbook. And no matter how many children you have, each one is different because they're individuals. Some people say, I treat all my kids the same. You're lying. They are individuals. So you're going to give each one what they need, and whatever that is that you see that they need, you're going to give it to them. I do like this song, and I feel like different strokes to rule the world. Yes, because if we didn't have that, we would all be walking around like robots, right? We wouldn't be different. Yeah, everybody got a special kind of story. We can be from the same village, but we got a different story. We all have a different background. We all have like you were saying, Josh, when people don't want to move to their own beat, they want to move to someone else's beat. That's not how you put it, and a lot of times we have to. I asked a young man, he is in school and he's real tall. So the first thing people say, you playing basketball? So I said, what do you do? He said, he's into finance and he wants to work on, he's going to do internship on Wall Street. So I said, you love numbers. And he was like, finance. I said, what do you love? What do you love to do? He's like, I like finance. I like, working with money. I said, okay, money is numbers. But the thing that I love is like, he was so passionate about what he was saying. And that's the key, that we feel that we have to do what our parents want us to do or what the world want us to do because he's tall and, I better play basketball because that's my ticket. No, your ticket is happiness. So if you're doing the things that make you happy, the money is going to follow you. That money going to follow you. It's going to chase you. You do not have to chase it. Do what you love. And I promise you that those are the people to me that live a long time because they're not chasing the money. They are doing things that make them happy. We got to move at our own beat. And I had to learn that because I wanted to be like a chameleon. Okay, this is what y'all doing over here. Okay, I'm going to do it too. Even if I couldn't do it, I would be trying to do it. But once I learned who I was, I'm going to stay in my lane and be okay with that. Even if I struggle with accepting and not being cocky when I say this, but my greatness, being comfortable in my greatness, because a lot of times we don't look at ourselves as being great because we look at great as being a Beyonce or Jay-Z. No, we are great right where we are because what we contribute to the world is great. And it doesn't have to be on this magnified, such a big platform. Just be great right where you are. So
how many kids you got, Diane?
How many kids I have? I have sons.
3 sons?
3 sons.
You a month like
I'm
sorry. Just that in itself make you a superhero. Like,
thank you.
Like, no, that's the fact. I don't know if that can't be debated. Like, you're a superhero. Like, you carried a baby, you gave life, you raised these kids. I got a baby now. I don't know how my baby mother do. I have no idea. Like I don't. I have no idea. And all I could do is say, yo, you are great. Like, you are, this is greatness. This is greatness. And we watch it. And we watch it every day, but we never get these people their flowers. We always get these flowers to these people we don't even know. But it's like, no, you are great. You are a living legend. Like, you a living legend. You had 4 boys, me and my mama. You had 4 boys. Diane, you had 3 boys. Do you know? Y'all know how hard it is to raise these kids. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. Come
It's
on.
not
Those
easy.
are our real life superheroes. And I think about jobs like teachers and stuff like that. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, this needs to be pushed to the forefront. These are the heroes. These are the people that should be the role models. We sitting here looking for role models outside of our community. These people don't even know us, don't even care about us.
Absolutely.
At least Coach Fulton cared about me. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
At least Miss Reed cared about me. Like, these
Absolutely.
people don't care. They don't even know me. They don't even know me to care.
Absolutely.
But
Let's see. Joshua, I mean, Elijah said, my favorite part is they'll have theirs, you'll have yours, and I'll have mine.
Absolutely.
And
Exactly.
together we will be fine. Yeah, I can see how that resonates with you. Elijah, what did you like most about it? Why did you really like that one? But what did y'all think about that part? Did y'all have anything to say about what Elijah just said? Did that resonate with you as well? They have theirs, you have yours, I'll have mine. I think it's just like, hey, you gonna do you, I'm gonna do me, they gonna do them. We all gonna be cool because we doing what we want to do, right? Everybody is fine because we're happy doing that thing. I think y'all said so much. Like, I always have all these things that come up in my mind where you're talking. I'm like, oh, yep. And that, yep. Because I'll take this conversation to all these different places because you talked about how people, all of us have this gift in us. I believe that 100%. I think God places that in us. I think many times we are working in jobs and positions and things that do not speak to our gifts, which is why we are unhappy. And most people go to work every day and they don't want to be there. They are like
Yes.
dreading going there on a daily basis. Can you imagine? And I can't even say that to you all because I know people on here, we all know, and maybe we've all been there, getting up in the morning, having to go to this place that I really just do not want to be. I don't want to be there, right? I know Joshua can relate. I don't want to be doing this because it's not the thing that feeds my insides and makes
Right.
me smile and makes me happy. When you're doing that, people say this and it sounds like a cliche. When you're doing what makes you happy, you never work a day in your life.
That's
People
right.
say that and it sounds
It's true.
cliche, but it's true.
It's true.
It's true. I mean, you're working, yeah, you're working, but you are doing what you enjoy, and it doesn't feel like this cumbersome task that I just have to do because I got to make this money. It's, I wish, if I could wish anything for people, it would be that when they wake up in the morning, they are happy to do
Mm.
whatever thing it is that they get ready to do for the rest of the day. I really do. Do you know what I think? I think it will make such a big difference in how we speak to each other, how we relate to each other, how we talk to each other. How when I see you on the street, I don't have to be looking you up and down, scowling, mad, and I can be happy and smile and say good morning. And you can give that back to me because we both happy and doing what we want to be doing.
Absolutely. You know, I feel when was a good time, and this created a lot of businesses when we were shut down because people were able, especially in the Black community, people were able to take, come on, girl, come on over, I'll do your hair, to where the shops were closed, where you went over to Shaniqua house and you got your hair done. And not
Yeah.
only did Shaniqua do hair good, she also did your fingernails. And guess what? Right next door, her auntie cooked, and her auntie cooked real good. So she started serving plates. Not only did she serve plates, she started making drinks in little pouches, and she had that too. And out of this came businesses because people saw that they gifts, but they never thought about this. People weren't hungry and unhappy as they used to be. And I'm talking about in the hood. They did these things. So many businesses came about, and people started seeing what was making them happy, opposed to, like you said, just going to work. You know, I'll, you know, I say we work, most of us, because we have to,
Yeah.
not
Most
because we
definitely.
want to,
Most
because we got to
definitely.
pay these bills, you know. But I am going to go back and create that lane where I'm doing something that makes me happy. I'm going to go back to that. God has given me a gift, and I am not going to disappoint him anymore. I'm not going to, I'm not going to be rude and be disrespectful to him.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're all supposed to be serving those gifts. We're supposed to be servants and we're supposed to be serving those gifts.
Absolutely.
And I think, just a side note, but I do want to read what Elijah said. This helps. This is, I love doing this. I really do. I love talking to people. I love helping people because I feel like this is a platform, specifically, especially women, to help other people. But I like talking to people about stuff. I do. I like
Wait, we
giving them,
recording?
huh?
Wait, we recording?
We're live.
Yes.
I'm just messing with y'all. That's how free the conversation is, though. That's how free this is. Like
Yes.
I forgot we was recording. I'm dead
Yeah.
serious.
It's
That's
like
what
we're
I
talking
like
to each
about
other. I
this.
love this platform because it's like we're talking to each other, but we're helping people at the same time.
Absolutely.
And it's a really, I feel like Ladies and Lyrics is an opportunity to have a really rich conversation about those things that are really happening in our lives, especially our communities.
This needs to
So
be bigger. Like this platform needs to be bigger. And you know what's so funny? I'm so happy I'm on here. I'm telling you, we're gonna make this bigger.
Thank
I'm
you.
telling you, like y'all just need that young energy push. Like
I
y'all
yeah,
need
agree.
that. That's it. But y'all because the stuff y'all saying is like real profound. And all you gotta do is put up clips of this stuff and like people need this. People are looking for stuff like this. I'm telling y'all, like I'm gonna hook y'all stuff up. I'm
I
telling
want to say this to you, Josh. I say to people that when you don't do what you're supposed to do or what you're called, or someone like you came on the show and you're sharing and you offering your services to us, I don't think you realize, but you was our answer. I always say to people that we are someone's answer. So you was our answer, because I don't know how many weeks and years that we've been talking about this, right?
you.
What you have offered us is what we've been talking about and what we want to do. So I just want to thank you for answering, for being obedient, or just coming on the show. You see, when we are in place that we're supposed to be, miracles and something great starts happening because it's authentic and you see something. And we could be talking about this behind the scenes.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
But what's important is you're here saying what you see, not what we told you.
you're
It's
right.
what you
Exactly.
see and what you feel.
Yeah.
From the very first day your mother came to me and told me about this, I was like, this is going to be big, and we need to move like that. We need to move like we got 100,000 followers. I don't know if that's a lot, but I'm just saying
Yeah,
It's a
that's a
lot.
lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
we
It's a
need
lot.
to move like that. And I know that just one touch, I always say one touch of God's favor, that's it. One touch will change your life.
For
One
sure.
touch of his favor, even meaning one person can change the whole directory of this.
But
And it's
y'all helping me too. So it's so crazy. Like you said, just being answering that call because you
it.
don't even know what that call is, right? You just like you getting tapped on the shoulder. Like I told my mama this. I said, me and my mom we didn't talk for a little while, right? And I'm used to talking to my mama every day. That was killing me. So, and it's just me sharing stuff to y'all. I
That's
called
okay.
my mama and talked to my mama. That felt like a warm hug. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I needed this. Like, you don't know
Oh,
when you need this stuff. And I told my mama
absolutely.
that I said, I needed that from you. Like, like people don't know, like the COVID stuff, like that stuff was the worst time of my life. And
Mm.
like just hearing my mom's voice all the time for me is just like it's just like a big hug. But like you said, just answering that call. You don't know what the call is, but
That's
you
right.
just always making sure you in a
That's
positive situation. Like I had an interview tonight. I told my mom this, and I pushed the interview back. This was last week because I already had it scheduled. But I was like, I'm not doing the interview. I want to be here present with my mom. My mama don't ask me for nothing. Nothing. Like if
what's
my
up.
mama asks me for something, oh, I gotta do it. Cause she don't ask me for nothing.
Right. That's what's up right there. That's what's up.
I'm sorry about that. I'll be going
Oh,
on
let me
rant.
say this to you. Don't apologize from this point on, because you're being you.
Yes.
Somebody needs to hear you. So if you're apologizing, it's like you're doing something wrong and you're doing absolutely everything right.
I think I'm
You might be
apologizing
getting
more.
somebody else
I'm
might
I'm
be thinking, hey,
apologizing more of
I
taking the time up.
oh
I'm
no,
not
no, no,
trying to take
no.
No,
the
it's
time.
okay. This is what the
No,
show is all
that's
about.
no
You
doubt.
know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? It's not like, oh, I got 15 minutes, you got 15 minutes. If you talking, you saying something. You're not talking, saying nothing. You talking, you saying something. You dropping jewels. Young people need to hear what you have to say because at the end of the day, we have different generations right now, right? I'm the elder, your mother's in the middle, and then you're the younger generation. People need to hear this because sometimes people look and be like, oh, she's so old, or someone's like, oh, he's so young, but we have a mixture for everyone. So that's important. You know, guys get on, they can identify. Sometimes they don't want to hear us all the time. They want to hear
Yeah.
a man's point of view. So you right where you supposed to be and everything you saying, you on point.
And he looking good doing it too. Like my
Girl, I was looking at him saying, that's Devonia's son. That's Devonia's son. I'm just joking.
No,
Elijah
I'm good.
said,
Somebody
I
gonna be
love
asking,
the
so somebody gonna be calling me talking about who.
somebody gonna be like, what's your son's name? I'm gonna be like,
Um,
no, take it. Yeah, okay.
I'm
Okay, so
smart.
I love the idea that what's meant for me is for me and what's for you is for you. In some shows, there's a way we can have our own thing but come together for a common goal
Yes.
versus the beat of someone. I don't know if that's the second thing.
Yeah, it is. The beat of someone.
Versus, I think it's this versus the beat of someone else's drum and following the crowd. Yeah. I
Absolutely.
mean, I love that. That is, if that is not what teams are made of, I don't know what is. Teams are made of people who are different. This person
Absolutely.
has this skill. This person has this skill. This person has, and then we bring it together, like he just said, for a common thing to make something awesome happen, something great happen.
Absolutely.
When you have a really good team, it's not a team of people who are all the same. That's not a good team. That's
Mm-mm.
not a good team if we all have the same skill set. No, what I know about me is that I'm a big ideas person. I have awesome ideas. What I also know about me is I don't like to do anything that have to do with the itty bitty details. I need somebody on my team that's going to implement my
Absolutely.
big idea. I understand that about myself, right? This is why I need my son to say, Mom, I'm going to come and do this thing for you so that this happens. Because this show, my big idea, right? But how am I going to move? How does it go somewhere else? So, you have to understand, like Elijah was saying, I just think what he said is that's what makes a great team. A great team is people who walking to the beat their own drum and they bringing that to this table and they're making something great happen.
I'm finna tell you the biggest misconception about a team. It's like we think that because of Batman, right? He get to wear this nice black, nice, drive a nice car. If Batman get in trouble, he calling Robin, right?
Okay.
And you know that he would be dead 597 times
Absolutely.
if Robin didn't come with these Spanx on and this outfit that don't look nothing like Batman's. But you
Yeah.
didn't trick. But let me get into it. You didn't trick yourself to think that his role bigger than mine. He'll be dead without me. Your role ain't bigger than mine, dog.
Absolutely.
We equal here, big dog. And the dude
Absolutely.
who making the suits and stuff, he equal with us. We start to think that this Michael Jordan was the biggest. Michael Jordan won 6 championships. No,
Yeah.
the Bulls won 6 championships. It
Yeah.
don't work like that. It
That,
don't work with one
Yes.
person that just
absolutely.
Michael Jordan could not have went out there and shot every shot, took every rebound and defended. Could not have done it. It wouldn't have
Yeah.
happened. But if
That's,
these people belittle their role and let people belittle your role in something, then you're
yeah.
gonna be out here lost in the sauce.
Absolutely. I love the way you did that analogy. It's because that's how society, they did that strategically to be able to single people out because they don't want people to have big heads, but we need to have big heads because like you said, Michael Jordan would not have been able to do that by himself at all. So one man is not an island. We all need one another. Like you
Yeah.
said, all the different ingredients. When you bake a cake, you got more than one ingredients and it's different,
That's a
right? You
good.
just
That was
not
so
gonna have the
good.
flour and put it in the oven.
That was so good. but you can miss one little thing, and that it's not even gonna be a cake no
It's
more.
not gonna be a
Talk
cake,
about it.
right?
That's
Talk about it.
crazy. You said that.
Yes, everybody, we all play.
That's crazy.
We all play a part, and that's the thing that's important, and that's what makes us great when we can recognize that. One person can't do everything. One person can't run a company by themselves. I don't care. I'm the CEO. And okay, well, who is doing so and so? Well, you know what? I got my cousin helping me. Yeah, you got your cousin helping you because you can't do that. You can't be all places at one time. So we need to know that we need to have a team. Like your mother said, she got the big idea. So I need somebody to help me execute this.
Diane, you know how powerful that was, that cake reference? Like,
Okay.
because think about it. No, think about it. If something is off of a car, you probably can still drive it, right? You probably can still drive it. Like you might even could get it to the whatever. You know what I mean?
Get it to the shop.
Cake enough. What, bro? If you ain't never, you done had cakes before. You miss an egg, you miss some vanilla, you miss that cake ain't even it.
Ain't no
you
good.
gonna throw the whole thing away. That was so good. Oh my God. I'm putting that. So I want to write a book and I just be thinking about it. But that was just, I gotta remember that.
That's
God,
what's
that
up.
was crazy.
And I'm not trying to be funny, but if you talk to me long enough, I drop some jewels. That's your mother.
Yeah, that was dope.
And I think that some things is come natural, right? So you got to know. And some people like, oh, she thinks she cocky. What it is what it is. Now I can't sing, so I'll try, but I know my lane and I know what I'm good at, and I know. But only this is the key to that, is that I can only give you the jewels if you allow me to. If your spirit is open to receiving, God works through me to give it to you. So it ain't something that I make up out of my mind. These are things but you got to be able to receive it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that go into that, but we got to know who we are at the end of the day. Know who you are. Like the song goes, different strokes for different folks. We got to know and stand and be true to it and be in it and stand strong. It's not easy. It's not, because fear get in your head and all these negative thoughts. It's not easy. I'm 61, and I promise you, when I leave this earth, I'm leaving. It's gonna be empty because I'm giving it everything. I'm gonna keep on going. The only thing I ain't doing is having some more children, but I'm just saying. I'm gonna do it.
Diane, we have made our contribution already. We've done it.
Absolutely.
But Diane, let me say something to you though. You can't
say it.
Like, don't let your confidence make other people, like, if your confidence make other people insecure, that's their problem. That don't got nothing to do. So Diane, if you never played tennis before and you just went out there like, oh, I'm the best at this, that's being cocky. You have literally trained for this. You didn't spend time in the rain doing this. Like, you've literally trained for this. Ain't no way you gonna, this confidence, baby. I'm wearing confidence on me. I know, hey, I know it smelled a little different to you. You might probably didn't know, but this confidence, this ain't confidence.
That's what's up right there. I love it. We need to be able to say these things. What we're talking about, to me, is going to change someone's life, because they want to say it, but they're afraid to say it. They want to say, I got confidence because I can do this. That's your lane, and you should feel like that. And we should all be comfortable in the skin that we're in. And that's my thing. Today, I could tell you some stories, but I'm not going to give up. Just remember that. I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. I'm 61. I'm still living. I'm still breathing. My eyes are still open. My mind is sharp. I work on a job. To me, that's a lot. I'm teachable. Do you know how many women that is 61 and they are not teachable? They can't even go get a job. They can't even move. I'm life. You want to see life at 61? Look at me. I'm living, not just saying that. I'm doing more than just breathing. I'm freaking living. Sometimes I want to get out that damn bed, but I get out. I'm living. And that's the thing, is that we got to live regardless of anything. You got to live. We got to keep on going. Whatever you good at, you got to goddamn do it. If it's changing a freaking tire and you can get out there and change that tire quick, you better get some knee pads and get down and change that tire. but I'm gonna stay in my
And
lane and
don't
do
let
what I
people play. Don't let people play with you. People play these little
absolutely,
games where it's like, you cocky, you get away from me then. Like I don't need you
absolutely,
by me. I don't need the type of person like you next to me. If you just you cocky,
absolutely.
this how we should be. We should be confident on the stuff that we invested our time in. I'm
Yes.
confident on this talking, on me
Absolutely.
saying, dropping this knowledge. I'm confident on. You can't
Exactly.
tell me nothing on it.
This is
It's
what I
like
know. I
that's
know. I
cool,
know it.
but
Yes.
I know what I know.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, and nobody can take this away. I'm gonna say this real quick because I know we got to go on the next
We
segment.
do.
Sorry.
It's Lisa Nichols. Lisa Nichols said, "If my light, and these might not be her words, but if my light is so bright and it's shining, I suggest that you put some shades on because
I
I'm
know
not
that's
going to dim
right.
my light." And you know what?
Mhm.
Those are not her words. She says something like that, so that means I could claim that as my words. But I'm just saying,
It's yours.
okay,
Well, yeah,
absolutely, we got
absolutely.
to go
Don't
to
dim
what's
your light
going
for
on.
anybody. You just keep shining. What you know what you know,
Absolutely,
and you be confident in that area. I'm not gonna pretend like we just talking about basketball, like I'm the best at that. No, and I can't play basketball. But when we're talking about some things I've learned through life, when we talk about teaching some teachers, when we talk about instruction, when we talk about students, you can't tell me I don't know my stuff.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
I know
absolutely,
that, baby. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, I'm gonna get off
absolutely.
my soapbox, y'all, because that
I love it.
conversation was phenomenal. But we do
It
have to
was.
switch gears, y'all, because we are about to wrap this
See,
show up. And we do
we
have a question for what's going on tonight. And I am so
like,
happy we have a male on the show because
yes,
this question is, it's got you gotta think a little bit about it. But
yes,
Diane, let's talk
yes,
about our question for tonight.
yes. So, what makes a good woman? What makes a good man? And I'm going to say this real quick. We
What makes a
only
woman a good woman, and
woman,
what's
and
a
what makes a man a good
good
man.
man?
So, really quick, we got to keep it short because we want to keep this show. So, go ahead,
So that
Joshua.
means we can't go over our hours, basically what she's
Right.
saying.
Go ahead.
I keep looking at the hour. I ain't even gonna lie. That's why I keep apologizing, y'all. Like
No, go ahead. No, you good. Go ahead.
okay. Makes a
I know
good
that's right,
man a good
Elijah.
woman. That's a loaded question because that's of course um that's right. That's subjective, right? That's everybody could think something different. We all could have different feelings on what that makes. But I think I'm gonna just keep it simple right here. Understanding. It's like somebody that really takes pride and takes time in understanding. Understanding. Like this is something that's so missed. We always wanna, why is he like this? Why this nigga lie all the time? Or excuse my language, but why does he lie all the time? Why does he like instead of us trying to dig into like where does this come from or what's the nature of this, we never actually do it. But I think what makes a good man or a good woman, the question is just, I mean, the answer is just understanding. Somebody that could just try to understand.
I like that. For me, it's listening and let people know that they matter besides yourself. So being selfless, a lot of times women and men are not heard from their partners, right? So we have to be able to listen and let people know that they matter. When people know that they matter, they come with something different. They're more authentic. They're more where they are willing to be vulnerable because you're letting them know that it's okay and it's a safe place and you can listen. I want to hear you and I want to let you know that you matter. And I want the same thing in return.
You know what you both said. I love when I get to go last because I get to think about what y'all
I
said.
say both of
And
the things.
yes, because you always saying something that sparks my thinking or what I was going to say, which might have been different before, right? You said, Joshua, understanding, and what you said you meant by that is that the person kind of understands the person they're with, right? Diane said somebody that's selfless, somebody that's kind of giving and giving of themselves. Now, I'm going to take those two and put a twist on them. Diane, I'm going to start with yours. Instead of somebody that's selfless, somebody that's self aware,
Mm.
meaning I know who I am. I know We just talked about this. I know my gifts,
Mhm.
but I also know my weaknesses. And I have to know what those things are so that when I get in a relationship, I know how to move in those relationships.
Mm.
I gotta be self-aware. I have to really know who I am, what I want, what I don't want. If I don't know those things, I'm gonna get into a relationship jacked up.
Okay.
Joshua said,
Ma, that's the but that go with that though. Like understanding go exactly
I'm
with
here to
that.
go to understand. Absolutely, I agree with you. On the other hand, I think I'm gonna take understanding on the other way and say that when two people get together, they need to have an understanding. Like whatever that is, like right now we decided we're going to just date each other and we want to be in this and we want to see what happens, or we are in this and we are both trying to move toward marriage. Like what is the understanding that y'all have come to? We together and we know that we're trying to build a future together. We want to put our funds together because we want to make moves together. What is the understanding? Don't
So,
and stop
so you
jumping.
saying a common goal?
I'm
Y'all
saying you
both
gotta have,
having one common goal, whatever that
no,
goal
you
is.
don't have to have a common goal. He can have his goal, she can have hers, but we need to understand that that's what this is.
Mhm.
Hey, I know that I don't want what you want. I want you to know that I don't want that, and you okay with that. You understand that, and you're aware of that, right? And the
Even
same,
if we just having sex,
even if we just having sex,
we need
we
to
need to
have that
we need
understanding
to
with
have
each
that
other that this is what it
understanding.
is.
Okay.
One
Oh,
And nothing
absolutely.
outside
I
of it.
totally
One
agree.
hundred percent.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
was
One hundred
good.
percent.
That was good.
100%.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
care what the
Y'all be
understanding.
dropping some stuff on here. Y'all so cold.
Yeah. No, that's what's up right there. And I think you put them all. You put all this together. You're gonna have some supermen and some super women.
That's
Just
true.
imagine you're gonna have some supermen and some super women.
Yeah.
That's what's up right there.
Yeah. And,
Um.
and and that's a hard question though. That's why I kind of went like it's really about the people in a relationship because we can't say what Diane think is a good man and what I think is a good man might be two different things. But I
Absolutely.
do believe in order for a relationship to work, those things I gotta be self-aware, I gotta know, but we also gotta be like, hey, we just what y'all call it this when you just having sex? What's the slang word for it? We just
I don't know, man.
Situation.
okay, but what
A
we just doing what
situation.
it's just a situation. We just I'm hitting it and quitting it, whatever it is, and
Yeah.
Oh,
we going our separate ways.
Diane said, "Ooh." Hey,
Hey,
but you know what's crazy?
I'm behaving myself.
You know
okay,
what's crazy though? Even when we get off here, I'm gonna have to think about this. Both of what y'all said just touched me in a different way. But I'm gonna stop right here. However y'all wrap up the show, I'm just chill.
We're gonna read Elijah.
okay.
You're gonna read
Let's read
Elijah.
Elijah really quick. What makes a good person is like Diane said, the willingness to be teachable and
Mhm.
understanding, like Josh said, on top of communicating openly your thoughts, your emotions, and mainly accepting we are all human.
Yes.
Exactly. We all are human. So wait, we are talking all relationship or intimate relationship. That's a good question, Elijah. I
I'm
think it's
talking
both.
all.
My answer, I
Yeah.
think is both. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe in a good person, maybe a good person for me. That's an
Mm.
awesome response too. Look, this has been a great show. I love
Yes,
this conversation tonight. We
I
gotta
did
have
too.
Joshua back on here because we just
Yes,
like
we do.
I feel
Absolutely.
like I feel like we just a little touched on a little bit of all the stuff that we could talk about. But I
Absolutely.
am so thankful that he was on here. Thank you so much, Joshua. You added to our conversation
Yes.
to this show. Me and Diane are so grateful. Um,
Yes.
but if you are on here, can you do us a favor and please just share us with everybody?
That's
This
it.
is good stuff. Don't
Don't be
keep us to yourself.
selfish.
And we want you to come back here next week because we will have another show. We are going to do another theme song. We haven't decided what it is, what it's going to be, but we will post it on our page. We are also on Instagram, so follow us. We are where else are we on? Is it Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube? All right, so we're out of here, y'all. Let me see if I can find this theme song and we can play a little bit on our way out.
Hey, tell me the way.
I can't even really